Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to BBallBreakdown. That game between Turkey and the US was very exciting yesterday through 3 quarters. Turkey simply ran out of gas, but before that they were able to expose some key issues with Team USA and their philosophies and fundamentals on both offense and defense. If the US doesn't clean them up quickly, they're going to have some more games that'll be close, and eventually they might find a team like Spain that has enough talent to match them and beat them. Team USA tends to be guilty overhelping, forgetting proper defensive spacing. Turkey used lots of motion into a dribble handoff, then the rescreen to open up deep penetration. But Turkey was looking to kick it out most of the time, and Curry needlessly rotated to the midline even though Anthony Davis was in decent position. This allowed number 7 to catch the ball in rhythm comfortably, then rise up and hit the 3. Discipline is also key for a good defense, and here Turkey runs pick and roll with the other 3 players all spaced on the weak side. Watch how 3 of the USA players rotate to the roll man and foul him. A simple kick out to any of the 3 shooters in the perimeter like they had been doing would have resulted in another wide open 3. Good international teams use the drive not as a primary scoring method, but as a way to open up threes, and Turkey is no exception. Watch how Kyrie does the double whammy of both helping one pass away and doing so with a silly reach-in attempt that opens up a great look at a 3. Kyrie also struggled off the ball as he completely loses his man, but Aşık's bad hands don't allow him to complete the pass. It didn't kill them so much because Curry comes right down and commits a silly turnover with a fancy behind-the-back pass attempt out of bounds. Kyrie struggled executing the type of pick-and-roll defense Team USA wants to run, and Turkey made it difficult by screening him off the ball first, then setting a flat ball screen. He's supposed to chase the point guard around, but instead cheats and goes underneath, which pulls him way out of position and allows an easy pass to the post where Aşık can finish. Without question, Team USA's opponents must exploit James Harden's defense, since it tends to be, well, terrible. Here, he does the playground reach around, which gets him on the wrong side of the ball before going for the fake and fouling the shooter. Turkey ran pick and roll and put him as the only help defender on the weak side. He simply needs to do more than reach over and swipe at the ball, perhaps take a charge or anticipate the pass and steal it. And this kind of thing simply cannot happen. After a made free throw, Harden is confused who he's supposed to be guarding, no one gets back, and they give up an uncontested dunk. Again, off a made free throw. And I posted this as a Vine yesterday, and at this moment it has well over 450,000 views. Watch how he completely loses his focus on the task at hand, allowing his man to fade to the corner and knock down a game-tying 3. Another technique Turkey used to stay in the game was to limit the damage of turnovers, so they simply took the foul as often as they could in the backcourt to stop an almost surefire layup. This had the added benefit of slowing the game down into more of a half-court game where many teams could compete with the US. The biggest impact was Turkey's zone, and it caused Team USA some serious problems. I know it's Steph Curry, but there's no need to jack up a quick 3 with a guard running at you when you know you can hit the high post, suck the defense in first, then kick it out for a wide open shot. I really like how they set a ball screen on the guard, then swing it for this incredible drive by Kyrie, but action like this was scarce. Then Derrick Rose checks in the game, he's not even warm yet, and decides to not make one pass and jack up a shot with 19 seconds on the clock. Turkey extended their guards to half court, which worked nicely to slow USA down. In mid-possession, they would match up to a man, which served to confuse the US, but there doesn't seem to be a purpose out here, just 5 guys standing around hoping someone else will create a play on their own. And don't forget, when you switch from a zone to a man, that can also throw the other team off, and here the US takes another bad outside shot. But the problem for Turkey is when you switch back and forth, one of your players might still be playing zone while the other 4 are in a man, and that's what allows Boogie to get a layup from an entry pass at the top of the key. There wasn't a lot of patience or purpose, as spacing was poor, very little ball movement, and more bad shots. They even appeared to run a box and one on Kenneth Faried of all people, and you can see the US simply doesn't have any clue how they want to attack this zone. You can't just rely on talent at this level, and the US continually bunched up, got in a hurry, and forced passes that weren't available. To start the second half, they finally ran something that looked organized, attacking the high post with Anthony Davis, who hits a tough and one. But Klay Thompson continued his poor decisions by jacking up another long, contested three. Remember, against the zone, if you attack it right, your outside shots will be open. Now, let's look at how Turkey attacked the United States man-to-man defense. To combat their ice defense of the pick and roll, Turkey simply screens and rescreens the ball, sucks in the defense, and then kicks it out. Because Davis had to contest the shot, it allowed Turkey deep post position for the and one. Derrick Rose also had trouble with some dumb fouls as well, here shoving his man in the back on the runner for an and one, and on this play, he knows he's supposed to force the man away from the screen in ice defense, but was out of position and commits a bad foul instead. Turkey also ran pick and roll with two spot-up shooters on the strong side, and that invited Kenneth Faried to help one pass away, opening up the easy kick and corner three. But they also ran a pick and roll with only one spot-up shooter on the strong side and caught Steph Curry overhelping again. He needs to play like the NBA, keeping 1 foot outside the lane so he can close out on the shooter faster. There were times when the rotations completely broke down. Kyrie correctly helps on the roll man from the weak side, but Kenneth Faried is supposed to close out to the corner. He doesn't recognize it, nor does he move in that direction. And lastly, Turkey ran a nifty little play where they screened the ball screener's man, forcing a switch. The US got away with it because, well, Anthony Davis is awesome. But on this play, it got Kyrie way out of position, forced a rotation out to the perimeter, and allowed an offensive rebound. So there you have it, sports fans. The recipe for beating Team USA seems to be you got to have a good point guard that can bring the ball up and a secondary guard because that point guard might get tired, which is what happened with Turkey. They ran out of gas and lost in the fourth quarter. And you need a good big man. If Asha can hurt them like he did, and he really did hurt them, you can only imagine what a team like Spain will do with Marc Gasol, Pau Gasol, and Serge Ibaka. It'll be a real interesting game if they don't clean up the things we outlined today. So stay tuned for lots more. We got Philippines-Argentina, which seems to be a really great game in halftime. So we'll break that game down as soon as possible. And don't forget at BBallBreakdown, not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?